Hello, my web design scholars. I just wanted to make this video so that you will be able to complete the final assignments with your project. So I want you to definitely go into the web design projects and go to the project number 2, A Night at the Museum. You all are doing an excellent job with each step, and I just want to make sure you know exactly what should be turned in. So we have the project 2, part 1 and 2. So that is here. We have project 1 and project 2. And as you know, that should have been submitted on November 16th. And then we have part 3A, which also this was due on the 30th, which was yesterday. And the last part that you're going to be submitting in is your website link. So you want to make sure that each of you from your team has submitted that in. And so we go down to part B. So part B of the project is your written response. And you want to make sure that you have your link to the website. So that is, again, that is due on Tuesday, December 5th. And the earlier you send it in, then I can definitely give you in advance feedback. And if you are having a challenge or something with your code, I can definitely support you on that as well. All right, so I'm going to move over to what we looked at in class on yesterday. So on yesterday, we talked about the written response, and each written response. So your paper submitted in, and I will pull it up as the assignment that's on Schoology as well. So you're going to put your name here, and then also you're going to put your team member's name, and you want to add what role they played in the development of your website. Is key and important because that was part of 3A. Part 3A, that's where you were actually sharing each person in your team role. So let's get started here. To begin, there's an introduction. Remember, this is your written response, just really documenting your progress, the style of design of HTML and CSS that you did. So this is an example. As we actually spoke about it yesterday, I gave you tidbits and tips and strategies of how to complete this. So the first is the introduction. So it's asking you in part A to have a brief overview of the project. So I came up with a basketball museum. So this basketball museum is dedicated to showcasing the history, iconic moments, artifacts of the sport. And so I also detail about the purpose of the report, and then that question that you have, what is the project that you are reporting on? So my project that I am reporting on is A Night at the Museum. My group and I have decided to create a museum website in the category of sports. So that gives me a great detail. And remember, this report response is individually from each one of your team members. And I want to make sure that we are on the same page with that as we talked about it on yesterday. So then we move to section 2, which is the design decisions. Here, you're going to explain the design process, description of the final design, reasons for your design choices, and here are a few questions to get you started, to get an answer. And then I also created some sentence starters for you. I designed my website project by the key design choices I made. I made these choices because. So it gives a full explanation and the thought process that you had. And then we go to challenges faced. And again, I gave you some clear examples with my basketball museum. So I shared about the numerous challenges that arise during the development process. And then I gave you another sentence starter to address these challenges. Because hopefully as a team, you were able to figure out the solution to these challenges and figure out what challenges that you had. So again, we went through that and I gave you some questions to get you started. How did you overcome those challenges? What did you learn from them? And then your conclusion. This will end your paper here, just giving a summary. And again, I gave an example with the basketball museum, just so it could give you an example of how to get started and how to think through this particular example. And last but not least is the appendix. This is where you can showcase additional details about your project. For instance, just sharing if you use any additional programming languages, maybe you developed a logo of some sort. This is where you will put that additional information about the project. And then you want to be able to screenshot any of your diagrams or charts or anything. Maybe you created a table. Definitely screenshot it and attach them in this document. Basically, you could copy and paste, and that would be the end of the written response. Once you are done, you will go over to Schoology to part 3B, and you will upload it. You can upload a file or the link itself, and that would be what you would actually submit. So I hope this video is helpful to you. And if there are additional questions, please reach out to me. I am available. Thank you.